ISIS is officially taking credit for the Manchester attack, which left nearly 24 people dead. Fox News contributor Nigel Farage joins us now from Britain. Nigel, welcome back to the programme. I've often thought that the Brits must be pretty close to the boiling point with atrocities like this going on. How close are they to an explosion, a social explosion?
Well, actually, we haven't had many of these attacks. Most of the attacks have taken place in France. There have been 21 separate attacks since 2015 in France, many more problems in Belgium. We have not had many. Now, this one is a particular shock, and in fact, I think it marks a new low because it's an outright attack on children. So I think the country is very shocked by this, and I think what people want is action. You know, yes, we expect our leaders to express their condolences for the dead, the injured, for the families. I think the time has come for us to reasonably ask, what is our government actually going to do? Because, you see, a lot of this problem, you know, we talk about immigration, we talk about people coming in without being security checked, but a lot of this problem is homegrown. The guy that drove over Westminster Bridge killing people a few weeks ago was, you know, radicalised in a British prison. It's happening in British prisons. It's happening in British schools. And I think it's right and fair that we demand our government tell us exactly how they're going to stop it. Now,
we are told, the Daily Telegraph, a British newspaper, reports today that there are 3,500 active terror suspects in Britain. And I was expecting, I have thought that Prime Minister Theresa May might suggest that some of them, a few hundred, might be brought in for questioning, a kind of a mass roundup. Are the Brits close to that?
Well, Theresa May certainly isn't. I mean, she's our Prime Minister, but remember, she was our Home Secretary. She was in charge of this stuff for 6 years before becoming Prime Minister, and under her, we did virtually nothing to deal with this problem. So I don't see mass roundups happening in this country, but I do expect our security services to keep all 3,500 under very close scrutiny. And by the way, that's the number in this country. In little Belgium, they've got 18,000 terror suspects.
That's impossible.
So I'm very depressed about things here. They're even worse on the continent.
But that's impossible. You cannot surveil 24/7 either 3,500 in Britain or 18,000 in Belgium. You simply cannot do that. That's the truth. 20 seconds left.
Yeah, it is a massive problem, but equally, the thought of free societies rounding people up in Europe brings back horrible memories of the 1930s. I think we want to know there'll be no more radicalisations in our prisons, in our schools, and that our immigration policy will vet absolutely everybody coming from Middle Eastern and North African countries.
Nigel Farage joining us this morning. Thank you very much, Nigel. We'll see you again real soon. Thank you, sir.